Before you walk away, understand this. The greatest relationships are not the ones that never face hardship, but the ones that grow stronger through them. Most men give up too soon. They mistake a challenge for defeat, thinking the battle is lost before it has even begun. She's pulling away, becoming distant, and not responding the way she once did. You assume it's over. But what if I told you that this moment, this very challenge, is your greatest opportunity? The mistake most men make is reacting out of fear. They chase, they beg, they lose themselves trying to hold on. But true strength lies in the opposite. It's in knowing your value, staying composed, and understanding the deeper psychology behind her behavior. This is where most men fail. But if you grasp what I'm about to reveal, you'll be in a position few ever reach. So before you let go, watch this. Because how you respond now will define not just this relationship, but the man you become. 1. Why she's pulling away in the first place. Most men panic when a woman starts pulling away. They assume the worst. She's lost interest, found someone else, or simply stopped caring. But the truth is rarely that simple. Women don't just wake up one day and decide they're done. Their feelings change gradually, and it often has more to do with the dynamics of attraction than with anything else. When she met you, there was mystery, excitement, and the thrill of the chase. Now she knows exactly where you stand, and everything has become predictable. Women crave emotional engagement, and when there's no uncertainty, no sense of working for your attention, things start to feel dull. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials, said Seneca. Relationships need some degree of unpredictability to keep the fire alive. If she pulls away, she may be testing your emotional control. Women, often without realizing it, want to see how you respond under pressure. Do you react with desperation, or do you remain centered and composed? The modern Stoic man understands that love is not about possession, but about attraction, and attraction thrives in the presence of emotional stability. When everything is always available, it loses its value. Men who chase harder when a woman withdraws often kill attraction instead of reigniting it. They text more, call more, try harder, thinking effort alone will win her back. But attraction doesn't work that way. True desire is not created through pursuit, but through space, tension, and the energy of presence. Instead of responding to distance with fear, embrace it with confidence. Allow her the space to feel something again. If she truly values you, she will return, not out of obligation, but because she feels the magnetic pull of your presence once more. A man who lives by Stoic principles does not beg for attention. He commands respect through his inner strength. So before you give up on her, remember this. Women are drawn to men who are firm in their emotions, who do not crumble under pressure, and who understand that love, like all things, thrives in a delicate balance of closeness and distance. If you've ever experienced this shift in a relationship, share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss how modern Stoicism can shape the way we love and connect. 2. What to do instead of chasing. She pulled away. You felt the shift. The warmth turned cold. The certainty turned to doubt. And now your instincts scream at you to fix it, to chase, to plead, to prove your worth. But a king never begs a queen to stay. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And yet, here you are, allowing your emotions to be dictated by someone else's actions. A true Stoic man does not chase. He stands firm. He is the mountain, not the storm. Attraction is not built through desperation. It is built through presence, through control, through a deep-rooted sense of self. Instead of running after her, match her energy. If she withdraws, you withdraw. If she is distant, you stay composed. Let her feel your absence, not your pleading. Remember, a high-value man does not convince a woman of his worth. He embodies it. You've already won because your value is not tied to her validation. Seneca once wrote, "He who is brave is free." And freedom, my friend, is in detachment. Detach from the outcome. Focus on your mission, your purpose, your growth. The moment you stop chasing, you regain power. The moment you stop explaining yourself, you regain control. This is the way of the Stoic. You are the prize. A king does not lower himself to beg. He elevates himself to be chosen. Comment below. Pain is temporary. Power is forever. And if you understand this truth, like this post, subscribe, and share it with another man who needs to wake up. 3. The power of controlled distance. Here's what most men don't realize. Women don't fall in love with presence. They fall in love with absence. The less you give away freely, the more she values what she gets. Think about it. When something is always available, you stop noticing it. But when something disappears, you start craving it. That's why pulling back at the right time is the most powerful move you can make. Instead of texting her first, wait. Instead of liking her posts, ignore them. Instead of adjusting your schedule for her, prioritize yourself. Because when you stop being predictable, stop being too easy to reach, and stop reacting instantly, everything changes. She starts noticing your absence. And that's when she starts wondering, why isn't he reacting? Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? The moment you stop giving freely, she starts missing you. 4. The silent test you didn't even notice. Most men don't realize it, but when a woman pulls away, she's conducting a silent test, one that's often subconscious but deeply revealing. It's not just about the moment, it's about your response. She's observing, even if she doesn't articulate it. Is he emotionally resilient, or does he crumble at the first sign of distance? Will he maintain his self-respect, or will he desperately try to pull me back? Does he truly have options, or is his confidence just a mask? This is where most men unknowingly fail. The moment she becomes distant, they reach out again. If she takes longer to respond, they flood her with concern. If she cancels plans, they scramble to reschedule. And, in doing so, they confirm her suspicion. She holds all the power. The men who pass this test, the ones who earn respect, attraction, and lasting admiration, act differently. They embody the Stoic lessons of self-control and unwavering composure. They don't beg for explanations or chase after validation. They simply remain centered, calm, and in control. And that's when something shifts. A woman who once felt the upper hand begins to feel something unexpected, regret. Because deep down, women don't truly desire men who fold under pressure. They are drawn to those who stand firm, those who radiate an inner strength that cannot be shaken. The blessing of Stoicism teaches that in love, as in life, the greatest power lies in our ability to master ourselves. When you stop reacting with fear and insecurity, when you learn to hold your ground with quiet confidence, the dynamic shifts in your favor. Modern life bombards men with the idea that they must constantly prove their worth in relationships, but true power lies in restraint. The next time she pulls away, take a step back. Reflect. Let her feel the weight of your absence. A man who understands the power of stillness, who does not panic, who does not chase, is a man who commands deep respect. So before you give up on her, before you make the mistake of proving her right by overreacting, remember this: the strongest man is the one who doesn't need to prove anything at all. 5. If she never comes back, read this. Here's something every man must understand. Not every woman will come back, and that is not a curse. It is a blessing of Stoicism. When a woman pulls away and never returns, she has just given you a gift, though it may not feel like it at first. She has spared you from wasting more time, energy, and emotional investment on someone who was not truly meant for you. The lesson here is simple but profound. A woman who truly values you will not require endless chasing. She will stay because she sees your worth, not because you beg her to. This is where Stoic lessons come into play. Wisdom that has guided men through the ages to master their emotions, recognize their own value, and never base their self-worth on whether someone stays or leaves. If your thoughts revolve around why she left, you will suffer. But if your focus shifts to the opportunity this creates for self-growth, you will thrive. Modern life has made it easy to believe that relationships are about chasing, proving, or convincing someone to stay. But the truth is the opposite. A strong man, a man who embodies the principles of Stoicism, does not chase. He attracts. He does not beg. He walks with purpose. He does not fear loss. He understands that loss is often the universe's way of clearing space for something better. If a woman only stays when you constantly pursue her, what does that say about the foundation of your relationship? Love is not a contract based on effort alone. It must be rooted in mutual respect and appreciation. When you apply Stoic lessons to love, you realize that desperation repels, while self-mastery and inner peace draw in the right kind of people. As Epictetus wisely put it, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. So if she never comes back, read this again and let it sink in. Her absence is not a loss, it is redirection. Her leaving does not diminish your value, nor does it define your worth as a man. A Stoic man knows that love, like life, flows in seasons. Some people enter our lives for a brief moment, others stay for a lifetime. But the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. Focus on building yourself into the man who does not wait in uncertainty, hoping for someone to return, but rather the man who moves forward with confidence, knowing that the right person will never need to be chased. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced this in your life? What did you learn from it? 6. The power of silence. Most men fail to grasp this one simple truth. Silence is power. A Stoic man does not beg. He does not chase. He does not explain. He simply lets his absence speak louder than words. When a woman starts to pull away, the average man panics. He argues, he pleads, he fights for her attention. But the Stoic? He withdraws. He becomes a mystery. He embraces silence. At first, she won't even notice. She assumes you'll come back, like every other man. She expects the text, the call, the weak attempt to fix things. But then, silence. A day passes, then a week, then 2. And suddenly something shifts. Now she's the one feeling uncertain. Now she's questioning everything. Now she's wondering if she made a mistake. You are no longer predictable. You are no longer just another man waiting in line for her attention. You are now the prize. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Understand this. Your silence is not a game. It's a statement. It's a reminder that you are a man of value, a man who commands respect, not one who begs for it. A king never pleads for a queen to stay. He stands firm in his worth. This is Stoic life in action. The modern world tells you to express your feelings, to talk it out, to chase. But the Stoics knew better. Silence creates mystery. Silence builds strength. Silence forces her to face the void you once filled. It is in this void that she will come to one of two realizations. Either she made a mistake and wants you back, or she never valued you in the first place. Either way, you win. You've already won. Because a man who can walk away is a man who holds the power. Comment below. Pain is temporary. Power is forever. If you understand this lesson, like this video and subscribe for more powerful Stoic wisdom. 7. How to handle it. When she disappears and suddenly reappears with a simple, "Hey," most men make the mistake of jumping at the opportunity, as if her return is the best thing that has ever happened to them. This is a critical error. Modern Stoicism teaches that a man must master his emotions, not be controlled by them. So when she resurfaces, do not act desperate or overly eager. Stay calm, remain composed, and recognize that if she walked away once without explanation, she must now earn her place back in your life. The worst thing you can do is make it too easy for her. If you allow her to waltz back in without effort, you are teaching her that your time, presence, and commitment are easily taken for granted. True respect is built on value, and value is reinforced by boundaries. A modern Stoic understands that his life is not a revolving door for those who come and go at will. Instead of instantly replying, take control of the pace. Let her feel the absence, the distance, and the consequences of her past actions. Do not give too much too soon. Let her demonstrate her sincerity through consistent actions, not just fleeting words. Seneca reminds us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Your time is precious. Do not squander it on someone who has not proven she values it. If she is genuinely serious about returning, she will show patience, effort, and commitment. Only then should you consider reopening the door, gradually and on your terms. Remember, a man who values himself does not seek validation from someone who once disregarded him. He remains grounded, focused on his purpose, and never allows the actions of another to dictate his self-worth. Instead of reacting emotionally, he responds with wisdom, balance, and control, hallmarks of modern Stoicism. Before you let her back in, ask yourself, does she add value to your life, or is she simply returning because she misses the comfort you provided? Let her prove she deserves a second chance, and if she does not, walk away with the quiet strength of a man who knows his worth. 8. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what you need to understand. You never want to be the man who is always available, always chasing. Instead, focus on your own life and priorities. When you give her space, when you allow her to miss you, you become more valuable in her eyes. You become someone she has to work for, and that's what creates lasting attraction. You don't win by chasing a woman. You win by becoming the kind of man who never has to chase. You win by having standards, valuing your time, and making her prove she deserves your energy. And that is what separates the men who get played from the men women can't forget. When your silence becomes unbearable for her, there comes a point where your silence is no longer just noticed. It's felt. At first, she brushed it off, thinking you'd be back. She assumed you'd eventually give in, send a message, try to reconnect. But now she's feeling something unexpected. Your absence is no longer just a minor inconvenience, it's messing with her emotions. She checks her phone, hoping to see your name pop up. She finds herself revisiting old conversations, trying to remember if she missed a sign that you were slipping away. And the more time passes, the more she starts questioning herself. Did I push him too far? Was I wrong about him? Is he really gone for good? The secret most men never understand is not just about making her miss you, it's about power, control, and the very essence of human psychology. When you step away, when you detach, something remarkable happens. She starts to realize that she is not in control the way she thought she was. This isn't about petty games or manipulation. This is about understanding a core truth of life and relationships. Scarcity creates value. The moment she senses you are no longer available, she begins searching for what she has lost, often without fully understanding why. She might reach out to old flings, seek validation from new men, or flood social media with posts designed to provoke a reaction. But no matter what she does, nothing feels the same. Because the truth is, the moment she tries to replace you, she starts comparing. And when she starts comparing, she loses. The void you left behind becomes more significant than she anticipated. Now, you are no longer just another man in her life. You are a question she cannot answer, a mystery she cannot solve, and the more she struggles to fill that void, the more she realizes that she is only making it worse for herself. Women exist in a constant push and pull between two forces when it comes to missing someone, the emotional side and the ego. The emotional side feels the loss, the longing, and the regret. The ego, however, is stubborn. It hates to lose, refuses to admit she was wrong, and resists surrendering to the truth. This is why instead of expressing her real emotions, she plays games. A seemingly casual text like, "Hey, hope you're doing well," isn't just a check-in, it's a test. She's casting a line, waiting to see if you will bite. When she suddenly posts about how great her life is, about how she's never been happier, understand that it's often an illusion, a strategy to provoke a reaction. She doesn't just want you to notice, she needs you to. But what happens when you don't react? That's when the real battle begins. Now, she doesn't know if you are truly over her, or if you've simply mastered the one thing most men never do: detachment. Detachment is the game changer. It is the power that shatters her ego and forces her to confront a harsh reality. You were the prize all along. The moment she realizes that she cannot string you along, that you're not waiting in the shadows for her validation, everything flips. She sees that you were not just another option, but a man of value, a man she took for granted. And the most painful realization? She sees it too late. By the time she comes to this understanding, you have already changed. You have grown into someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who does not base his worth on external approval. This is a moment of pure power, and as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. She believed she had control, but now she sees that she never truly did. The real power has always been yours, and now she is left wondering if she will ever have another chance. Here is where most men fail. When she finally reaches out, they fold. They act too eager, too available, too willing to give her exactly what she wanted from the beginning: validation. But once she gets it, she vanishes again, because it was never about missing you. It was about needing reassurance that she could still have you if she wanted. That is why you must not play this game like most men. If she reaches out, remain grounded. Do not rush to respond. Do not rearrange your life to accommodate her, and do not fall back into the same patterns that led her to take you for granted in the first place. Instead, let her work for it. If she values you, she will prove it, not with words, but with actions. And if she does not, then you have already won, because you have learned the most valuable lesson of all: you never needed her in the first place. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the core of Stoicism, the blessing of Stoicism. It teaches you to control only what is within your power. You cannot control how she feels, how she reacts, or whether she comes back. But you can control yourself. You can control how you respond, how you carry yourself, and how you move forward. Do not chase. Do not beg. Do not seek closure where none is needed. Instead, level up. Focus on yourself. Build your mind, your body, and your purpose. Let your silence speak for you, because the most powerful men are not the ones who react. They are the ones who remain unmoved, unwavering, and fully in control of themselves. The blessing of Stoicism lies in its ability to give you the emotional mastery to walk away with dignity and strength. Do not let temporary emotions dictate permanent decisions. If she let you down, if she took you for granted, do not waste time trying to make her understand what she lost. Instead, become the man who does not need to explain. Become the man who naturally attracts respect because he respects himself. If you embrace these Stoic lessons, you will see relationships differently, not as a place to seek validation, but as an arena where only those who truly value you belong. As Seneca wisely put it, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Know your direction, know your worth. And when she comes back, as they often do, remember, the choice is no longer hers, it is yours. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going.